I have not done a Shop My Stash in a hot minute, so that is what we are doing today. Hello, my most beautiful friends. If you guys cannot tell by the title and thumbnail, we are doing a Shop My Stash. It's pretty much where I just go through my collection and grab makeup products that I haven't used in a hot minute. I am going to have one new product in today's video, and that's going to be the new Nomad Cosmetics like ski palette, because I really, really want to play with this. Everything else I haven't used in a hot minute. So let's get started. All right, so let's do a good old-fashioned Shop My Stash. I'm going to try to use products that I just haven't used in a hot minute because, well, why not? So I think for primer today, we're gonna go into the let's do Tatcha. No, let's not do Tatcha. Let's do Estee Lauder Double Wear primer. And then I think for foundation, I think I'm gonna go into the Smashbox Always On. I haven't used this in a minute. And then for setting, oh no, concealer. Let's go into the Tarte Shape Tape setting powder. Let's go into, shoot. Let's go into Givenchy. No. Let's go in the Dominique Cosmetics. No. What have I not used in a minute? Yeah, let's just do Givenchy. Let's just do this one. Okay. And then for bronzer, let me use the, let's use NARS. I haven't used this in forever. Blush. Blush is over here. Let me, shoot. What can I use for blush that I haven't used in a minute? Oh, I need to get a powder brush too. Okay, wait. Let me use let's go on e.l.f. I haven't used this e.l.f. one in a minute. And then I need to do a powdered blush to go with that. So I think for powdered blush, we'll go into like, let's use one of my ones, let's use Sigma. And then for powder bronzer, we'll go into my Milani right here. And then for highlighter, what can I use for highlighter? What have I not used? Is that all my highlight? No, that's all my highlight. I think I have more. My highlighters over here too. Let me use my Dior. I haven't used this in a minute. Oh, let's use Beeper. I've not used Beeper in a hot minute. Okay, and then for like a lip product, what have I not used in a minute? Let me actually use, let's go with Charlotte Tilbury. Okay, so I do want to apologize if I am not as like energetic or just woo out there. I feel like shit. I had a really bad sore throat, and the sore throat is still present, not nearly as intense. I can still feel it kind of lingering there, but I'm starting to get bad body aches, and I'm starting to just feel really run down, and I'm getting pissed because I don't want to get sick. I can't afford to get sick. I physically cannot afford to get sick. Well, I can't financially afford to get sick, so I can't call out of work. And I don't want to miss YouTube, so I'm here. I feel like garbage. I took some medication. Let's hope it kicks in. But, the show must go on. So anyway, we're going to start off with the eyes, and I'm so excited because I have the brand new Nomad Cosmetics ski palette. I don't know how to say this. Chamoy Andres Chamoy apps. I don't know. It's a Nomad Cosmetics ski palette. I don't know how to say it. I do apologize. But this palette is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, just look at this packaging right here. It is stunning. But let me tell you guys what this palette is all about. Join us for the après-ski in Chamois. I don't know how to say it. This is a spectrum of 18 cool winter pastels from soft and subtle to deep and decadent, formulated with extra fine pigments for soft as snow feel and rich as night color payoff. There are 9 wintry mattes, 7 twinkling shimmers, and 2 magical duochromes inspired by the cherished tradition of the Alps. Ski in the alpine visions of Chamois, infused with sea blackthorn oil to help keep skin smooth like fresh powder on the slopes, cruelty-free and vegan. This palette does retail for $49, and this is going to be in association with the Inspire Mount Blanc Association that works for better air quality and the protection of the environment in the Mount Blanc region. Now, I apologize if I butchered how to say this place. I don't know how to say this place. I've never heard of this place before. I will say the outside packaging of this is absolutely stunning. So beautiful. But y'all, this color story is breathtakingly beautiful. Like, this is a beautiful winter palette. Like, I look at this and I just see snow, I see hot chocolate, I see skiing, I see the winter hues in the sky, I see pastels, I see so much. It is so beautiful. So we're gonna play with this today. I'm gonna only do one eye look because I don't feel good enough to do 2, but I'm really excited to play with this. This palette is actually live right now. It does retail for $49. I might have already said that. And you guys actually can use my code Allie, which will save you guys 10% off anything on Nomad Cosmetics. I absolutely love Nomad Cosmetics. They are one of the sweetest indie brands I have ever had the pleasure of working with. Like, I mean, like, truly, they are one of the sweetest brands. I absolutely adore them. So we're just going to quickly put down my Sigma eye base right here. I love this eye base. And I think for today's look, I think I'm going to do a halo eye look. I have not done a halo eye look in a hot minute. But anywho, I'm going to take us about my weekend. So this past weekend, I went on a girls trip. I went to St. Augustine, Florida, which is actually where I got engaged and I got married. It's one of my favorite places to visit. It's actually one of the first places in the United States to have a capybara cafe. It's where you could actually interact with real capybaras, and I really want to do that, but they were booked out when I went, so I didn't get a chance. I was so sad, but I'm definitely gonna make plans to go and do that next time I go. But I love St. Augustine, Florida, and me and my best friend planned a little getaway this past weekend, and originally this was supposed to happen in November. I'm gonna go in the shade right here called Hot Sauve. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Originally we were supposed to go back in November, but right when we were gonna go, that's when one of our best friends lost their wives. So we decided to go ahead and postpone the trip to January because I needed to be there for him. And I have to say, it was a really wonderful time. You know, I haven't done a girls' weekend with Alyssa since like 2022. It's been a long time since we had a little girls' weekend. But we drove up and we decided to get permanent bracelets, you know, as a little, I guess, nod to our friendship. So we got permanent bracelets. We didn't get matching ones because, I don't know, we had different tastes. But this is my permanent bracelet right here. I've never had one before. It's really cool, really small, delicate silver chain. And it's supposed to last you for like a couple years, and it will naturally fall off on its own, but you can also get it replaced and whatnot. And Alyssa got something very similar, but we got like actual like permanent bracelets, and we found out this is like a thing that people do where they go to like different places and they get permanent bracelets from around the world. I thought that was actually really cool that people actually go and do that, because I have not heard of anyone doing that. And so we decided to get one. I'm going to go into the shade right here called Ski to lay right next to that. So anyway, we went and got permanent bracelets, and then the lady like offered us champagne in the store, and I was like, oh, I feel so fancy with champagne. Like, champagne? How freaking nice is that? Like, felt really fancy. I'm not a champagne drinker, by the way. I hate champagne, but I did drink it. So we had some champagne, and then when we got done doing the permanent bracelets, we decided to go to Prohibition Kitchen, which is like a 1920, 30 style restaurant where you can make your own like old fashions, and they play live music. It's a really cool place. I don't really care for the food too much. I don't think the food is that great, but I really do love the atmosphere. I'm gonna take a little bit of Last Call to put like kind of right between those two shades right there as well. So anyway, we went to Prohibition Kitchen. We were just enjoying the atmosphere. We were really watching people kind of like have like I want to say their first dates. We couldn't tell. Like, I love people watching. People watching is one of the best things to do, especially at Disney. Oh, if you ever get a chance to people watch at Disney, you need to do it. But there was this girl, you could tell that she was just outright hammered. I mean, like, hammered. And she was trying so hard to make out with this guy at this bar. And I'm just like, ooh, it was just kind of like trashy to watch. I'm not gonna lie, it was just kind of like off-putting to watch, but like you couldn't also look away from it because it was kind of like a train wreck situation where I couldn't tear my eyes off of what was happening in front of me. It was so entertaining. And then they ended up leaving because the guy's like, well, we gotta go, and I was like, yeah, I think you gotta go. And so we just kind of sat there for a little while. And then when we were getting hungry, we decided to go get food at this Mexican restaurant right next door because they have really, really good food. I'm going to go into the shade right here called, I'm going to go into Off Pist right here, whatever that's called. But we decided to go to this Mexican restaurant right next door. Now, it was a really, really busy night in St. Augustine, like super busy because Nights of Lights were still going on. So we went and sat at this bar and we were being entertained by the people because where we sat pretty much is like where I feel like the service well happened because all these people kept walking up to get to go drinks or just come get drinks while they're waiting for a table. And so it was me, Alyssa, like kind of like an empty spot because we're kind of curved on the bar. And then an older, like a guy in his 60s, his wife and like two of their friends sat there. And like we didn't really interact too much, you know, because we were kind of just enjoying our time. But this bar started getting packed and more people were walking up to the bar ordering, you know, margaritas. And they were like young people too. Like you could tell they're just waiting for a table, waiting to like eat their food and stuff like that. I'm going to go into fondue to kind of put on top of that. And so there's like this young Ford top, young couple that came, but it's like a double date couple. And they were ordering rounds of shots. And this one girl was like, I'm allergic to tequila. It gives me rash, but I'm doing, you know, shots anyway. Well, for some reason that perked up everyone's attention on the bar because we all like looked over, and like that 6-year-old man was like, "Oh my gosh, like why are you doing shots if you're allergic to it?" She's like, "Cause it's why not? You gotta live." And so he started joking, having fun, and he's like, "Oh, why don't I do shots with you?" And the wife right next to him was like, "Oh God, here he goes." Right? You could tell that she was not into it like whatsoever. But he's like, "Yeah, let's do shots." So like they bought 5 rounds of it. They bought shots, and they were all starting to take shots of tequila, and they asked if we wanted any, and we were like, we're good. Like, no thank you, we don't want to drink with you guys. But we were enjoying like the entertainment of like what was happening, especially because the wife of the guy was making me laugh because she was like, I don't know him, like I flat out just don't know him, like no. You know what I mean? Like she was not really having the fact that he was just, you know, enjoying himself. You know, he's in his 60s, and I also thought to myself, like, how's this man going to handle drinking shots? Because he was drinking shots, and he was, and it was really entertaining to watch. So after we left the restaurant, we decided to go to this place called the White Lion because it's like a bar, and they were playing the game because I guess the playoffs are going on right now. I don't know. I don't watch football, but Alyssa wanted to watch football, so we went to this bar. And it was like standing room only, which I was like, oh, okay, like not what I'm used to, but it was standing room only. So we get there, and there was like a bridal party that was there right before us, and let me tell you, they were living it up. I mean, like they were living it up, and I was like, well, go get it. We were just enjoying watching them dance to the music, and every time a song would come on, they'd be like, whoa, just going for it. And I was like, damn, it was fun to watch. And there's like older couples that were in there as well, you know, just kind of enjoying watching the scene transpire just as much as we were. And the game was on, so like we were just sitting there, and it was like it became one of the best places to like people watch because the amount of people that would come in and go was just astounding to me because it was, I realized, kind of like a young person's scene. Because, you know, if you guys don't know, St. Augustine is has Flagler College, so it is like a little college town. And let me tell you, it was a college town. I was just like, oh shit, like not expecting the amount of people that would come in. And mind you, it was freezing. Like it was in the 30s. So I'm wearing like a freaking snow jacket because I'm cold. I'm not used to the cold weather. I'm gonna go in the next glitter glue right here. I'm not used to the cold weather, so I wasn't prepared. So I was wearing a little snow jacket because I was freezing. I had barely any makeup on because I did not give a flying fuck what I look like, to be honest. Like I had bare minimum makeup because I was just like, I ain't here for anybody. I'm gonna go in the shade right here. I don't know how to say that name. But we're gonna go into this beautiful, beautiful, like shifty shade. Like, do you guys see how gorgeous this is? Let me see if I can show you. So pretty. So anyway, we're at the bar, standing there just kind of enjoying ourselves. And we're like watching the bartenders and like just kind of seeing how they are with the guests. And I forget that like we're not at Disney. So like the bartenders there are very different from the bartenders we have at Disney. And some look like they were having a great time. Others look like they were just miserable to be there. You know what I mean? Like they're just like, ugh, here we go, Saturday night. So we were just enjoying ourselves when a fight broke out. Like at 9 o'clock at night, a fight broke out, and this one bartender literally leapt over the bar. I mean, leapt over the bar and pushed me out of the way to go break up this fight. Even though there was security there that was already doing it, I feel like he wanted to have his shining moment where he was just going to be like, help is on the way, like Mrs. Doubtfire. I don't know. But this man freaking pushed me out the way. Literally at my mouth, I went, what the heck? Like, just pushed me. And then the other bartender saw it. He's like, dude, are you okay? It's like, yeah, he just like was waiting for that moment to shine. He goes, oh yeah, he was waiting for that moment to shine. I will say the only problem with pastels is that they have a hard time really kind of like shining through, but we're going to make it work. I'm going to take a little bit of Les Alps and we're going to put that right next to that. We're trying to be colorful and it's not really working in my favor, but we're going to make this work. So I'm just going to go in with this. This will give me that blue there we go, that I was looking for. That will kind of give me that blue and green moment. And the bartender that he left over, he came back and he's like, oh, I'm really sorry. I just need to break up the fight. I was like, nah, you're good. You know what I mean? But anyway, as we were standing there, more and more people were trickling in. And then the four top that we saw from the bar came in and they saw us and said, oh my God, hey. And like the one girl that said that she was allergic to tequila, she just came over to us. And I forget what it's like, I guess, to be really young, because you could tell that she had been drinking for a minute and she just like unloaded her entire relationship problems on me and Alyssa. Like she just unloaded her entire problems because I guess some guy at the bar offered to, I guess she had gone up to some guy at the bar and like asked him to buy her a drink, and the guy was like, yeah, I was going to, but her boyfriend was there. So her boyfriend's like, what are you doing? And she's like, I'm getting a free drink from this guy. He's like, no, you're not. And like, I guess they were getting into it, and I was like, I'm so glad I'm not young anymore. Like that, like, was that how I was when I was in my 20s? It was so fascinating to watch. Like I'm not trying to be rude and stare at people, but in this situation, I was flat out drinking my drink just like this. Just like watching the situation go down, because I don't really watch football and Alyssa's into the football, but you can't help but like not watch what's transpiring right in front of you. This is really pretty, by the way. Like this is turning out to be really, really, really pretty. I love this kind of mixed combo. I'm really glad I added that sparkle. So they're getting into it, and the boyfriend ends up going, fine, whatever, do whatever you want to do. And like he leaves, and then she turns to us and she's like, am I in the wrong? Like, am I in the wrong? And as someone who is actually like, as someone who is married and like really does enjoy spending time with my husband, I just went, I mean, it's kind of obvious to me that it really bothered him that you did that. I mean, at the end of the day, how long have you guys been together for? It's just like 5 years. I'm like, he's more important than like a free drink, you know what I mean? And she's like, yeah, but like, he works all the time and I'm so fed up with him working all the time and he hasn't even asked me to marry him. And then she started going off, and then she got distracted because like other people she knew started showing up at the bar, and so she would be half talking to us, half talking to them, and then she eventually left, and me and Alyssa just started laughing like, holy shit, that was so freaking entertaining. I'm gonna quickly do the other eye off camera before I finish my story, but I will say this is starting to be really pretty. It kind of sucks though that the pink is so light, but at the same time, that's kind of what's like working with pastels. You're gonna have that moment. But let me do the other eye. I'll be right back. Okay, so now the eyes are on. I will say this is actually really, really pretty eye look. I really am liking how this turned out. It's really pretty. So now we're gonna move on to primer. I'm gonna go into the Estee Lauder Double Wear Smooth and Blur Primer. I have not used this in a hot minute. So anyway, we were at the bar, and like I said, that girl was like fighting with her boyfriend, and then she was like talking to anybody that would listen about her and her boyfriend's problem. Very fascinating. But I will say she did have this one guy friend come over, and I'm not gonna lie, like he was so freaking attractive. I literally, it's like a double take, and I was like, my God, that man is a good looking man. Good looking man. And she introduced us to him, and he was like, hey, how are you? Very sweet, very easy in the eyes, and had the most gorgeous smile. And I was like, oh my God, if I were single, the way that I would freaking jump that man. Not gonna lie. But especially because like when he introduced him, he said his name, and his name is Reese. And if anyone knows that I love, everyone knows me knows that I love the ACOTAR series, and I love Reese. Okay, there's a character in there named Reese, especially from book 2, A Court of Mist and Fury. Love the man. So he said his name was Reese. I went, you know what I mean? Like, damn. Good looking man. But I honestly kept my composure because I was like, I wasn't trying to do anything. But he was a very good looking man. And his friend was like, he just broke up with his girlfriend 3 days ago, and we're trying to find him a girl. And I literally said, well, we're not the right girls for you. And he was super cool, really sweet. He came back and talked to us several times throughout the night. And that was like a good positive interaction, because then like shortly after, I'm gonna go into the Smashbox Always On Skin Balancing Foundation. Shortly after, this guy comes up, and this is when I forget that men can be just so freaking creepy. This guy comes up and he was like, wow, you two beautiful ladies have been here for quite some time. And Alyssa and I look over, and Alyssa goes, what the fuck? Alyssa goes, what the fuck? Why are you creeping? He goes, I'm not creeping. It's just that I can't help but notice when there's two beautiful girls that have been standing here for quite some time. And we were like, okay, well, obviously you've been here for quite some time too, if you're sitting here noticing. And he goes, I'm not trying to be creepy. I'm not trying to be creepy. I have a wife. She's here. And we're like, okay, well, it's creepy that you're sitting here noticing that we've been here for a while. He goes, well, I can't help it. You guys are really beautiful, and you guys are just standing here for a while. And he kept trying to say, I'm not trying to be creepy. I'm really sorry. I just wanted to just come over and say something. We're like, okay, well, you're being really creepy, so do you mind leaving? He's like, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to be creepy. I promise. My wife is here. I'm not trying to hit on you guys. And we're like, okay. And the bartender saw, and the bartender's like, is he bothering you? And we're like, we're okay. But we were both all at the same time going, what the hell? Like, this guy was like super creepy. So after that, the places start getting really packed, and everybody's coming in and ordering this blue Gatorade drink. And I was like, what the heck is a blue Gatorade? I've never heard of it. Apparently, it's a $5.50 drink that they make there, and it's like this blue vodka that has like a Gatorade base to it, so it tastes like blue Gatorade, but it's a vodka, and you just mix it with club soda, and it's $5.50, and it's the easiest way to get trashed, apparently, on a cheap budget. And I was like, oh my god. And the bartender's like, do you want to try it? And I said, hell no, I don't want to try it. Like, I'm good. And he's like, well, let me just make you a little bit so you can taste it. I tasted it, and it does taste like a blue Gatorade, but it also just has like a horrible aftertaste. And I was like, ew, the fact that people get drunk on this shit. He's like, yeah, you'd be surprised. You know, and he was really cool. I really enjoyed the bartender. He said he was from Orlando, and he was like one of the older ones there, probably around our age, because everybody else showing up was like in the college, like young. And so we're talking to him, having a good time. And then this guy comes up, and he had really beautiful eyes. And I'm standing right here. Alyssa's standing right here. And then he stands right next to Alyssa. And she's not really paying attention. And I could tell that he's trying to make eye contact with me. But I'm purposely like, I'm going to look elsewhere, because I was just like this. I'm getting a little uncomfortable. I'm not like used to this type of shit. I also don't really ever go out to bars without Corey anymore. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not really used to it. And so he goes, excuse me. And he like kind of like goes, excuse me, to like Alyssa, and we both look over, and he's like, oh god, I just have to say you were gorgeous. Can I please buy you a drink? And I realized he was talking to me, and I was like, no, I'm okay, thank you. And he goes, okay, no worries, just wanted to tell you that you're beautiful. And he walked away, and Alyssa's like, I'll take the free drink. And he just kept walking. And she's like, what the hell? Why do you want a free drink? And I was like, because I did not want to have to entertain that man. Like, I did not want to have to entertain that man. Plus, I was not in the mood to drink. I don't really ever drink anymore. Truth be told, I don't really drink anymore at all. It's just not something I enjoy doing. And she's like, oh, I would have still gotten a free drink. I was like, no, I'm good. I had no desire. This is also a really pretty foundation. I forgot how pretty this foundation is. I was like, I have no desire. I'm going to go into the NARS Laguna Beach right here. So it smells amazing. I have no desire to, you know, get a free drink from this guy, because I also don't have to entertain it. Like, I don't have to entertain this man, and, you know, I'm married, just not my thing. Well, after that happened, that creepy ass guy that I had told you guys about, he watched the whole interaction, and then he came over and stood next to me. He was like, oh, I saw that guy try to buy you a drink and you didn't want it. And I said, dude, what is your deal? And he's like, well, I'm just trying to prove a point that I'm not creepy. My wife is here. She's over there. And he's like, see, that's her over there. And I was like, I'm not looking back because I don't care. Why are you continuing the conversation with me? Well, he goes, your friend kind of like, you know, hurt my feelings by saying I'm creepy. And I said, well, you are. Like, you are being really creepy. He's like, well, I see that you're married. Where's your husband? And I said, he's at home. And he goes, and he would let you out of the house? what the? I was like, he doesn't control me. He's like, okay, well, my wife's right over there, and I'm just trying to let you know that I'm not being creepy, and I'm sorry if I really, like, bothered you guys. Just wanted to prove a point. And I said, okay, well, if your wife really is here, can you just, like, walk away? Because I'm not trying to get into a fight with anybody. I need you to just kind of walk away. He's like, well, I'm just trying to, like, apologize. And I said, no, you're good. You're good. He goes, okay, well, I guess obviously I'm bothering you. And I said, yeah, you are. You really are bothering me. And so he left. And then, I'm not kidding, guys. I'm not kidding. Maybe like 10, 15 minutes later, he stood right behind us again. At this point, I had already informed the bartender, and the bartender was not paying attention to him. And he did have a girl with her. And he wasn't talking to us, but he was talking to his group of friends. And he goes, oh, yeah, like my wife, she's been breastfeeding. She's like, yeah, our baby's home right now. And his wife legit was there. Like, his wife legit was there. And I was like, why are you bothering us? He kept trying to make eye contact with me. And I just refused. I did not want to entertain him whatsoever because I was just like, no, I'm good. Like, this is just so weird. And this is why I also don't really like going out anymore. So we were just like, okay, we were getting kind of like annoyed by the scene anyway because it was just getting more and more packed throughout the evening. And then the game ended and we were going to leave and go back to the hotel room. But we saw this guy he come and stood next to the bar to get a drink. And he was wearing this sash that said Shot Queen. And the way that he was talking to his friend reminded us so much of our friend Michael that had passed away. And we were like, wow, this guy reminds us so much of Michael. So we started to like talk to him. Apparently he told us that he was moving to Tennessee to work on his country music, but that he was just having kind of like his last hurrah here before he moved. And so we were like, oh my gosh, that's awesome. So Alyssa's like, can I buy you a shot? And he's like, only if you do a shot with me. So she's like, yeah, I'll do a shot with you. I'm going to go into the Tarte Shape Tape right here. He asked me if I wanted one. I said, no, I'm good. And as he did a shot, he introduced us to this other girl. And I'm not going to say this girl's name for privacy reasons, but I did not care for this girl at all. Because he introduced us to her. He had just met her and said that she was a pilot. And she seemed really nice at first, like really nice. And we all like introduced ourselves, and like Alyssa took a shot with this guy. She was having a really great time, and I was like letting her enjoy herself because she's a mom of 3. She never gets to go out and do anything like this. I was just wanting her to enjoy her time just as much as I was. Like, even though I was not really drinking, I was still really enjoying my time, minus the few small interactions that I had. That was kind of weird. But, Alyssa and this guy, they did a shot together. They were laughing. And then we were like, okay, well, we're going to head out because at this point, it's getting to be like 1 o'clock in the morning. We're both tired. We had facials scheduled for the next day. So we were both just like, oh, we're going to head out. And that girl was like, no, come next door. There's like a really cool bar next door. Come check it out. And Alyssa's like, okay, I guess we can go. And I was like, Alyssa, we should go back. She's like, no, let's check it out. So we did. We walked over to the bar next door, and I did not think that it was anything special because it was definitely like a hole in the wall, rundown style bar, like just like locals go to. I was not really impressed by it, and but we still went. And this girl like bought Alyssa a drink, and she's asking if she could get me one. I said, no, I'm okay, thank you. And she kind of like wanted to know why I was refusing her drink, and I was like, I'm good. Like, I don't need to drink. She's like, let me get you water. I said, I'm okay. She's very, very insistent. I'm okay. And so then she was like, well, she's like, this is my place I go to. Those are my friends dancing on the dance floor right now. Isn't it so much fun? And I thought, it's all right. And like, Alyssa and her were kind of like chilling, kind of vibing, whatever. I'm going to go into my little Givenchy setting powder right here. They're just like chilling, kind of vibing. And this girl like was saying how hard it is to make friends in her 30s. Like, it was really hard to make friends and hard to maintain friends. And like, I get it. Like, and it is hard to make friends. And it's definitely hard to maintain friends. Like, I still think about my, I guess now ex-friend or ex-best friend that I lost back in September. I still think about them, and I still wish that I had an opportunity to kind of, apologize and make things right. Even though I know I'll never get that chance. There's nothing more I can do. Just let them live their life. I still think about them. So I understand that friendships can definitely be hard. So I was letting her have like a moment, whatever, with her and whatnot. And she just kept putting her arms around us and said, God, I love you guys. I'm just like, I started to get really uncomfy. And I was like, I'm okay. And I just kind of like, being like, I don't know you, kind of like let go of me. So Alyssa's like, I'm gonna go use the bathroom. I said, okay, cool. So when Alyssa goes use the bathroom, this girl turns on me and gets right in my face. Like, right here, and said, will you dance with me? And I said, no, I'm okay. And she's like, why won't you dance with me? I'm a psychologist. I can analyze you right now. Why won't you dance with me? And I said, because I don't want to dance and I don't know you. And she's like, okay, well, I need you to give me 5 reasons why you will not dance with me. And I said, I don't owe you anything. I'm not going to dance with you. She's like, I want you to dance with me. Why won't you dance with me? And I said, because I don't want to. She's like, I'm not a lesbian. I'm not going to grind on you unless you want me to. And I said, it has nothing to do with that. I just genuinely don't know you. I want to leave. You're in my face. You're making me really uncomfortable. Can you please back off? And she went, fine. I just really want to dance with you. And I said, okay, well, go dance. Go dance with your friends on the dance floor that you came here with. She's like, those are not my friends. I have no friends. And I was like, okay, well, you go dance. You go have fun. We'll be over here. She's like, are you sure? And I said, yes. So she went to go dance on the dance floor, and she kind of like disappeared. And I looked right at her as soon as she came to my bathroom. I was like, we need to leave. I was like, this girl's making me really uncomfortable. So we left. We didn't say anything. We just left. And then we went back to the hotel room, and we like went to bed, and then we got up and we went and got Starbucks, and we went and got facials, and then we just kind of headed home because at that point I started to get a really bad sore throat. And I was just kind of like, I guess like not off put by the situation, but like a little off put because I've never really had that happen to me before. I don't really ever encounter situations where people can make me really uncomfortable like that. Like normally it's guys that can make me really uncomfortable, but this time this girl was just really invasive and she wouldn't take no for an answer. And by all means, I love people for who they are, and it had nothing to do with her being a girl. It's just that she gave me this really weird off vibe, like something like was like kept like sketchy with her, and my senses were alert, and I was just like, I don't want to be put myself in this dangerous situation because I didn't trust her, and she disappeared. When she went to the dance crowd, she legit disappeared. I don't know where she went, but I don't think she stayed in the dance floor. So it just kind of made me wonder, like, could I have been potentially put myself into a situation that could have been dangerous? I don't really know, but I'm glad I did not stick around to find out. You know what I mean? Like, I'm glad me and Alyssa were like, let's get out of here. So that was kind of like my experience. I had a lot of fun. I'm going to go into the Milani bronze right here. I had a lot of fun. It's been a long time since I've had a little girls weekend like that. It was a lot of fun. I forgot kind of like what it's like to be hit on by single males and like young single males at that, as a matter, because normally whenever I go out with Corey. So like there is never an opportunity where a guy can like hit on me, and not that I ever want that, but it did also kind of feel validating because all those men that were in there, they're in their 20s, like they are young, they're in college, and they probably thought that I was one of them. They thought that I was a college student, like a 20-something-year-old. I was like, yes, I'm 35, but I will embrace it. I'm gonna go in the Sigma brush. I'm gonna go into Sigma blush right here. I was like, I'll embrace it, but it felt really nice. It felt really nice to kind of like have that moment. And I came home and I obviously like told Corey all about it, and he was like, oh my gosh, like look at you. And I said, I know, right? Like I got hit on. I don't know. It's just not something I'm used to. Like, do I get hit on at work from my male coworkers? I do, but they also know that I'm married, and I make it very well known like nothing will ever come of this. And they're just more, I guess, playful about it, but it felt like a little validating. It was kind of like a sweet moment. I kind of was like, ooh, you know what I mean? That's also a really pretty blush, by the way. I forgot like how pretty that blush is. Very soft, very subtle. I'm gonna go into the Mount Blanc shade, and we're gonna put that underneath my waterline. This is such a pretty palette, by the way. This is so pretty. And we're gonna take this, and we're going to go right under here. It was such a fun little weekend. It's been a long time since her and I got to do anything like that. Her and I do have a cruise planned in July, but it's not like it's a girls cruise. It is actually a really fun cruise that Corey was given an opportunity for with the Disney Day Drinkers, because Corey is part of the Disney Day Drinkers, and we were given a really fun opportunity where they are actually paying for him to go on the cruise. I'm going to go into the shade called the Tresse. So they're paying for Corey to go on this cruise, and so I get to go. And I think it might end up covering my tab too. It just kind of like depends, but it's a really cool opportunity. So I feel like that'll be the next time her and I kind of get to go on a little vacation together, with the boys and whatnot. It's fun. It's like, I forgot like how fun it could be to go out with your girlfriend, because like I said, I don't really go on girls trip that often anymore. And it's fun when you get a chance to. Like, I have another trip planned in April, which I'm really looking forward to. Because it's fun. So I just threw in some white liner. I just thought about, I do have another girls trip coming up. Paige and I actually are doing a little girls trip sometime in February because we have a concert that we're going to go see. We're so excited for this concert. I'm going to go into the Dior. I'm going to kind of mix these 3 shades together. We have a concert we're going to. I've never actually been to a concert with Paige before, and I'm actually really looking for, no, that's not true. I have gone to a concert with Paige, technically. We went and saw Taylor Swift. No, we didn't actually see it together. She was on the first floor, like she was on like the general floor. And me and Corey had suites because they released the tickets like at the same time, and she was able to snag floor seats and I was able to snag a suite. So we met up at that concert, but we didn't actually attend it together. So this is actually our first concert we're going to in February together, and I'm actually really looking forward to it. We're gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna be in Tampa, and we're gonna go, I think we're gonna stay the night, and then we're gonna go and have like lunch the next day and kind of like explore the Tampa area. Even though like Tampa's not that far from me, it's just gonna make a really fun girl time. Take this little pink shade and I'm gonna put this in the inner corner. I just need to find my brush. Now for lips, we're gonna go into the ColourPop Beeper lip liner. This used to be my favorite lip liner from them. This is a limited edition one, so I don't think make this one anymore, but I need to sharpen it. I really love the sharpener that I got from Sephora. It's like a $6 sharpener. It's really freaking good. They're so creamy and they just glide on the lip. They're so nice. Okay, and then for the lipstick, then for the lip gloss, we're gonna go into the Charlotte Tilbury. This is like their lip plumper right here. We're gonna go in with this. I forgot how beautiful this is. So pretty. Okay, so then to finish it off, we're just gonna go into this ColourPop Pretty Fresh setting spray. I just got this in PR. So we're just gonna keep testing this out. Alright guys, so this is the final look. Alrighty guys, so here is the final look. I absolutely love how my makeup turned out. I think it's so beautiful. Like, I think it's absolutely beautiful. Like, this eye look to me is everything. I think it's my favorite eye look that I've done so far this year. I think it's really beautiful. This is the brand, I think it's really beautiful. I think Nomad Cosmetics did such a gorgeous job capturing the essence of like a wintry ski resort with like pastel hues, winter colors, beautiful shimmers. I think this look is just so gorgeous. Such a beautiful palette. Didn't really have too much fallout with the mattes. The shimmers lay down really nicely. I did use some glitter glue to give them a little extra pop, and I'm glad I did because I just think they're so beautiful. I love the vibe I'm going for. This is like a nice wintry look, and I'm living for it. I think Nomad did such a beautiful job. Great way to start off the season. Like I said, this palette's available right now. If you guys do want to get your hands on it, you guys can use my code Allie, save you guys 10% off. Everything else, I obviously love these products. I kept them in my collection for a reason. It is really nice to kind of go through my collection and try out makeup that I haven't used in a hot minute. I definitely want to bring back the Shop My Stash series here on my channel. I'd like to go live again on YouTube and have you guys pick my makeup the way that you guys used to. It was always so much fun to interact with you guys and to have you guys pick my makeup, and it just allows me to keep going through my stuff and actually use my stuff instead of just letting it sit there and going to waste. I told you guys I'm gonna be more mindful about my purchases this year. I'm still gonna make purchases. I'm just gonna be more mindful about the ones I do pick, and it was just really fun to shop my stash and use some goodies that I forgot about. But I'll make sure I list everything that I got, everything on my face down below. But besties, that is it for today's video. If you guys enjoyed today's video, please make sure you guys give this video a cheeky thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you guys have not already. So I do post 3 to 4 videos every single week. Make sure you guys head over to my other channel, Art for Life. You guys get to see my cool, wonderful adventures with my amazing husband, Corey. And as always, the biggest thank you goes to these beautiful, wonderful Patreon members you guys see right here. Thank you guys so much for everything. And to my subscribers and viewers, thank you guys so much for being here. Whether you guys like this video, you guys thumbs down this video, you guys subscribed, you guys did not subscribe, either way, thank you guys so much for being here. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you. So with that said, guys, I love you, and I'll see you guys in my very next video.